G'day, this is Peter, back with another episode of the Property Club, and today we're exploring how foreigners can own land in Thailand. Yes, foreign land ownership in Thailand is indeed possible, and there are options. So how to legally own land in Thailand? Yes, it's a common misconception that it is impossible. You cannot own land in Thailand as a foreigner. That is simply not true. There are ways, and we're going to explore these ownership options. And I'm not talking about buying in your Thai wife's name and marrying a Thai to be able to own foreign owned land ownership in Thailand. There are ways. Let's have a look. Ownership options. So the first option is to buy a condominium titled property in your own personal name. Now you might say, no, I'm interested in land. I'm here to buy land. Okay, yes, there are options to buy land, but the very easiest way to buy property in Thailand is to buy a condo on a foreign quota title, whereby you can put it in your own personal name. Also, what you'll find is some townhouse developments that look like a house actually have a condominium title, and you can own that. There's no funny way around it. There's no exceptions required. You don't have to set up a company. If it has a condominium title, even though it looks like a house, it might look like a landed property, you can buy it. The second way is to set up a Thai holding company for the sole purpose of buying that house and land. You can then purchase that in your company name. The issue with that is you're going to have ongoing costs. You're going to have fees because you have to have like nominee directors, ties actually within the company to do that for you. So what usually people do is they seek options from Thai lawyers, and lawyers can actually help with that structure with the holding company and find those directors and staff to help maintain and keep that company going. But there's a cost to that every year, and it can be, seen as quite risky to do that, because essentially foreigners are not supposed to buy land in their own personal name, and this is really a way to circumvent Thai law to purchase in a company name. The third way is to register a 30-year leasehold with the local land office. So there are fees to do that, and there's also annual ongoing fees to the government if you register a leasehold. But it is a extremely viable option that foreigners are taking at the moment. So they might see a house in Phuket, and maybe they're a retiree and they're already 65, 70 years old. So they might take out maximum a 30-year leasehold. Maybe they only want to take out a 10 or 15-year lease, and a lease is going to be a lot cheaper than renting. For example, maybe you could rent the same house for around about 60,000 Thai baht per month, and that's roughly around about 2,000 US dollars a month. But if you were to lease it, and the owner knew that they were going to have at least every single month for the next 10 years, they might be able to discount that heavily down to, say, 30,000 Thai baht per month, which is, the equivalent of 1,000 US dollars per month. This is an extremely popular option, especially in places like Phuket, and I have seen this happen a lot in Phuket, where even developers now are actually developing new properties and offering 30-year leaseholds on villas for you to obtain and buy. Okay, so it's a great option. The final option, which we're going to explore a bit more, and it's really a legal loophole for high net worth clients, and it's an exception basis. So you can be granted an exception by the BOI, the Board of Investment, okay, to own 100% in your own name as a significant investor. So you do need to make quite a sizable investment in Thailand. You need to make an investment of over 40 million Thai baht to qualify for this way of purchasing. It is a lot of money, but if you're a retiree and you have, an extensive amount of money, like 40 million Thai baht or more, then this could be a very viable option for you. Now let's explore this option a bit more, because not many people know about this one. And actually, I met an individual on a plane who did tell me that he owned a villa in his own personal name, but he spent a lot of money, but he didn't want to go into detail as to how he was able to do that. And he wouldn't give me much detail, and I always wondered for a long time why that was. So I did a lot of research, and yes, it is true, with the 40 million Thai baht investment, you can own land. So this is how it works. It's generally believed that, it's perceived that foreigners in Thailand cannot own land, but it is a misconception. While this claim holds true for most people purchasing land in their own personal name, there is one notable exception, which is this one. Making a significant investment in Thailand no smaller than 40 million Thai baht, in principle, foreign land ownership is thus possible, but limited to high net worth individuals. Acquisitions of land by foreigners as a merit of 40 million Thai baht investment still faces several limitations, though. The obtained property must be used for residential purposes only. So if you're looking to, get a house in Bangkok and then turn it into a Japanese restaurant, that just won't work. Okay, so for residential purposes, you can do that, and there is a maximum constraint of 1 rai, which is 1,600 square meters. So that's the maximum land size you can purchase. Keep in mind, my understanding is it's 40 million Thai baht for the land and house. So you might already have something in mind, or that's already built, or you've found a slice of land for 20 or 30 million, and then you're going to spend 10, 20 plus million Thai baht to then construct and build the house. So then you would meet the requirements for the 40 million Thai baht investment. So, considerations: 40 million Thai baht currently equates to 1.326 million. So, almost 1.4 million. This is a sizable investment, and it's obviously limited to extremely wealthy individuals. Obtaining land is not a simple process, and even after being granted permission by the Board of Investment, there are conditions that must be met. For example, land must not be commercial, and it must be in line with local culture and customs, and strictly residential purposes only. I can't stress that enough. Investment in land and construction does not need to occur all at once. So you don't need to invest 40 million Thai baht at the one time. The investment can be made over a 5-year duration. So maybe you bought land for 20 million Thai baht, and you applied to the Board of Investment that you're going to buy this land and then you're going to build, and it's going to be a process. It might take several years, and that is achievable. That's okay. The requirements. So what are the requirements? For foreigners who wish to apply for permission to acquire land, they are required to lodge several documents, specifically Alien 4 form, accompanied with the following documents. So you need a foreign identification card, a certificate of residence in Thailand, or a passport indicating nationality of the foreigner. You need proof of an investment in the business or activity that falls under the ministerial regulation prescribing rules, procedures, and conditions concerning the acquisition of land for residential purposes by foreigners. And you need evidence of bringing a foreign currency into the kingdom, such as a withdrawal of the money from a foreign currency account or from a non-resident Thai baht account for investment purposes. I know in Thailand, when you do buy property, and I had to do this too, when I'm buying the property and when I move the money into Thailand, I had to get what's called a TOR certificate. So just keep that in mind. Obviously, with these requirements and with the process in general, you're probably better off hiring some kind of, legal consultant to assist you in this matter to make sure everything goes smoothly, because you don't want to invest all this money and then find out you're in breach. Other necessary documents constitute a map of the property, a letter from the Ministry of Defense confirming the safety of the property, and more. Okay, so property examples. So look, yes, although, all right, only a very small amount of people are lucky enough and capable of investing 40 million Thai baht, it's fun to dream and explore, the luxury estates and seaside villas available in the Kingdom of Thailand. I mean, seriously, can you imagine living in a modern estate overlooking the Gulf of Thailand, beautiful oceans, the beautiful seas, like Koh Samui or Phuket, or maybe, in a inner city mansion right in the heart of Bangkok, close to BTS station. It could be BTS Prompong, and you've got the malls there, and the lovely park and everything that's on offer there. So over the next few weeks, I will be showcasing examples for my subscribers of what you can buy for 40 plus million in the Kingdom of Thailand. So come with me, dare to dream, stay tuned, and have a watch of the luxury home videos coming very soon over the next few weeks. Thanks for watching. This has been Peter from the Property Club. Have a great day, and bye for now. Bye bye.